Alright, I know the question everyone's been asking, or at least wondering. Why didn't we see the Illuminates introduced after Operation Swift Assembly? We had just driven the automatons from the galaxy, we had a brief intermission with the Terminid faction, and we were ready for a brand new story beat. Instead, we got the automatons immediately reintroduced. Now this is not at all a bad decision, it's just not the one we were expecting. So why didn't we get the Illuminates? So if you guys don't remember, Operation Swift Disassembly was a response to the automaton push towards Cyberstan, or at least their declaration that that was their goal. Now if you're not familiar with Helldivers lore, Cyberstan is where the cyborgs from the first Helldivers game have been imprisoned following the first galactic war.
Cyberstan is a place with a long history of treachery. The stronghold of the cyborgs, and later, their prison. Perhaps it is no accident that this world has become our target once again.
After the successful outcome of Operation Swift Disassembly, we all assumed that we were getting the Illuminates. Now, we are reasonably certain that we at some point will get the Illuminates. We've had various leaks, including the character models, animations, and some in-game messages that have been fairly ominous, suggesting their return. Yet their absence still raises the question, why haven't they been introduced yet, especially during what seemed like an opportune moment? The primary reasons for the delay in seeing the Illuminates could be twofold. Either they aren't fully ready yet, or they're being strategically held back for a specific story event. Firstly, it's totally conceivable that the Illuminates aren't fully developed yet. While some assets may be finished, there could still be logistical or back-end work needed. Arrowhead Games might still be refining Illuminate mechanics, AI behavior, or even the planets they're expected to invade. Given the current issues with new evacuation missions, it is entirely plausible that Arrowhead is taking extra time to ensure a smooth introduction for the Illuminates. I don't know if you guys have played the new evacuation missions yet, but there's still a couple of issues with the asset collisions, and they even left some developer tools up in the game. Now, if this is the case, I'm totally fine with that, because I'd rather have a smooth introduction to Illuminates than a janky one. Secondly, it is entirely possible the Illuminates are fully ready, but Arrowhead is instead waiting to add them until we finish off the current automaton campaign. It may be the case that the current automaton storyline is crucial to either explaining the Illuminates' return or setting the stage for their arrival.
Here's what I don't get. Why invade Cyberstan? Nothing there besides a bunch of mines and cyborgs. You ask me, the cyborgs are behind this whole thing. Or maybe the automatons just want to use the cyborgs. Or maybe this is just another distraction and the real attack is still coming. Yeah, I bet that's it. Watch your back, Helldiver.
It could also just be the case that with recent additions like the Factory Strider, Quasar Cannon, and Heavy Machine Gun, Arrowhead might be giving these new elements time to integrate fully before introducing something game-changing like the Illuminates. And considering the ongoing struggle over Cyberstan where the cyborgs are allegedly in prison, a shift in the current combat dynamics against the automatons might be coming if they manage to free the cyborgs. So there could be a good amount of content still planned before we see the Illuminates. Either way, if this is the case, I'm still happy with this because I do think the automaton storyline is heading in an interesting place, and I do think there is a good moment for the Illuminates to be introduced later down the road. Ultimately, it's challenging to definitively predict when Arrowhead Games plans to introduce the Illuminates and conclude the current automaton storyline. On a separate note, the possibility of a fourth faction cannot be dismissed, and if I had to put money on it, I would put it on the Dissidents being that fourth faction. There's a lot of different voice lines from the NPCs on the Destroyers talking about how the Dissidents have been causing a lot of trouble. I would not be surprised if they're setting the stage later, probably much later, for the Dissidents to make an arrival as a fourth faction.
Set another weapons factory on fire. They didn't take responsibility, of course. Tried to blame it on working conditions. Tell that to the 27 dead patriots and their families.
I'm actually really excited at the possibility of this because I think that could be a really interesting gameplay mechanic where we're not fighting enemies that are different from us, but we're actually fighting people that are very similar to us. So let me know what you guys think. What do you think the fourth faction will be? Also, when do you think we'll see the Illuminates? It could be weeks, it could be months, we have no clue and no way of knowing, but the current automaton storyline is pretty interesting. Let's see where this goes, and let's see how Cyberstan plays into all of this. Will this just be something we retake, or is this going to be a major story beat that is going to usher in the Illuminates arrival? Let me know what you think, and thanks for watching.